It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday, and we're so happy that you can join us. My name is Mark Daniel.
And I'm Gabrielle Gardner, wishing a happy Friday to you.
A happy Friday to you all, and it's happy because we got a big announcement. First, we got to say congratulations to Mrs. Aubrey on the birth of her first granddaughter. Congratulations. Also, congratulations to you, Justin, and the lovely mother of your daughter. You made it, boy. We talk about this, Justin. Baby land, you're now welcome to the hood. What hood is that? Parenthood, my friend. It's a whole different world. But we're sending congratulations to the Aubreys. Mrs. Aubrey, I know we ain't gonna see you in the studio for a little while, because now you got a new baby to take care of. And we'll take care of this baby, Bahamas at Sunrise, for you whenever you're out doing all the Grammy things, right?
I love it. This is just such an exciting time in one's life. I feel like I have two mixed kind of things to throw out. First, I want to congratulate Drew's good friend, Nicolette Smith, and her husband, Alan. We're going to be christening their baby this weekend, so we're really looking forward to that. On a sadder note, I want to send out condolences to actually my extended family. We recently lost Ashlyn Brave. Many people would have known her as Gary Brave, but it came as a surprise to quite a few of us, and I know, our family is deeply hurting. And so I just want to send love and light to everyone who cared for her and knew her.
Hey, condolences, and this is why we celebrate life. We celebrate the moments that we're in. We don't know what tomorrow brings, and as I had said on a show maybe two shows ago, that we don't know who's carrying what. Everybody has a burden they're carrying, something they might be worried about, something that can be difficult to process that they may not be sharing with everyone. So be graceful to one another, show some love, extend a kind hand and a kind gesture. You never know how far that might take someone in their day. Right?
Absolutely.
So condolences to everybody who is carrying something right now. And congratulations to everybody celebrating life and the fullness thereof. And talking about celebrating again, we got to keep talking. So Zest Fest, it's dead early. Zest Fest is happening this weekend, and I want to let you guys know we do have a giveaway to give away to you guys. So Zest Fest, we would have been live from CG Atlantic about a week ago, and it's happening tomorrow. So we actually have a nice giveaway here.
Ooh.
We've got some swag. We got a insulated water bottle, or maybe a coffee container, or whatever you want to put in it. I ain't judging. We have a nice little bag, little swag bag, and a towel. So how can you win this? The first person to call us here at the studios, the phone number is 322-1000, 322-1000. The first person to call will win this lovely swag from CG Atlantic, and you can show it off tomorrow at Zest Fest when you go there to get involved with all of the wonderful things that's going to be happening tomorrow. So make sure to give us a call before the show is out, 322-1000, so you could win your swag.
Oh yeah, Zest Fest really seems like the place to be. I saw some advertisements come out this week. It's going to be a good time.
I'm ready. Getting zesty. And we got a great show for you today. We'll be talking about Tingsmas, the pop-up market and festival, which also takes place this weekend. And we'll be taking another look at our segment with Alphese Stubbs and her business, The Chick Place.
We'll also be talking about Jazz in the Garden, which takes place this weekend, and Lady Camille Barnett and Dr. Carlyne Smith-McKenzie will be joining us to discuss World AIDS Day. But before that, let's check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather at sunrise, we do have high pressure to the north, and that will dominate the weather through the week through northwest and central Bahamas. weak front boundary across the southeastern islands will still produce some cloudiness with a couple of showers as it dissipates tomorrow. Any weather today, partly sunny and warm, slight chance of few showers across the northwest Bahamas, variable cloudiness with a few showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm across the central and southeastern islands. Your high temperature reaching 83. Tonight, partly cloudy and cool, with low going under 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 86 and 77. In Jamaica, 91 and 76. In Trinidad, 88 and 75. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 85 and 73. Across North America, Atlanta, 61 and 55. In Boston, 55 and 30. In Miami, 83 and 74. Dallas, Texas, 58 and 42. And Toronto, Canada, 41 and 30. As you go to the weekend, that high pressure will dominate the weather across the northwest and central islands for the most part. So we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, slight chance of a couple of showers, or the southeastern islands through Saturday. Expect some cloudy skies with a couple of showers. Though temperature daytime will be in the mid-upper at daytime, at nighttime in the lower 70s. That pressure up on your first look at Brother Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to the show.
Thank you, Godfrey. The third annual Tingsmas, which is a pop-up market and festival, takes place this Sunday, December 3rd. And here to tell us how we can eat, drink, shop, and get tingsy is Kache Knowles. She is the organizer of the Tingsmas event and the owner of Eyes of Bahamian Bay.
Morning.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here to talk about this amazing event that we have planned. Should I just get straight into it?
You could jump right on in. Go for it.
Okay, so Tingsmas, Tings and Christmas combined to make a great festival to do all your early shopping in advance. We have 51 vendors this year selling just everything you could think of: beauty, jewelry, shirts, everything.
All the things.
All the things. 51 vendors is a lot, so you will find something for everyone in your family, everybody at work, so come and shop. But on top of that, we also have a lot of different food vendors that's going to be selling food throughout the day. We have drinks by Ricardo Rum. We have Wi-Fi by Alive. It's going to be really fun. We also have giveaways, prizes on entry. Entry is $10. Kids is $5. You got a free sticker, but you also entered into an hourly raffle. So hourly raffle means that there's high chance that you have to win something. Tings, exactly.
So tell us, how did the idea for Tingsmas come about? It sounds like a wonderful event. It's the third lap around.
Yeah.
So how did you first come up with this idea?
So I'm a small business owner myself, and I also work from home. But sometimes people want to feel your things, like they want to see, the quality of things. So I would often pop up at different places around Nassau, so people can come to me at these places for a day, get their things, and then, that's it. And I would get such an influx of people because people want Bahamian sayings on things. And for me, I was just like, I have such a huge following of people. Why don't I share this space and share this, influx of customers? So for me, I just wanted to open the space to other small businesses that's maybe not as known or doesn't have that influx of people. So people come to me, but then you end up finding 5 other businesses that you may have not known about. So that's how the idea came about.
Yeah, and small and medium-sized businesses are the lifeblood of our economy, and not everybody has a storefront, and some folks might have an online presence, but like you said, it's nothing like walking up to a product, picking it up, smelling it, tasting it, talking to the person that's created it, and you make a connection with somebody, and you bring in the things to the people, right?
Exactly. And the thing is, my favorite part is literally talking to people. So I mainly operate online. And it's very isolated. Like, okay, people buy online, I drop it off, but then it's no conversation. It's no the Tingsmas market is really where I get the fuel for the next year.
Yes.
So, and I think that most small businesses would agree with that sentiment.
So since the first year that you've had this event, how has it evolved into what's happening this year?
That's a really good question. So the first year obviously was tiny, but very impactful, very fun. I think that year we had 20 vendors. So every year I add new elements. So this year there'll be a huge step and repeat that has Bahamian words on it. So it's all surrounded by Bahamian language and how we can interact with these words we say but we don't get to see. There's also going to be like a whiteboard that you can write Eyes of Bahamian Bay on it. So at the end of the day, it'll just be this whole board filled with different signatures of Bahamians proclaiming Eyes of Bahamian Bay.
Sounds like a new shirt loading.
Right. Well, that is one of our signature shirts with the Eyes of Bahamian Bay, but I mean with the different fonts would be.
Yeah,
like that.
It's okay. I'm with you. I like things too. So you did mention some of the vendors. What are some of the other attractions, vendors? Call out some things that people may not have ever heard about, or the ones that they do know about.
Okay, so we're gonna have
Go for it.
Okay, so we are gonna have candles by Wicks by Six. We also have a lot of different candle vendors as well. We're gonna have jewelry by Madewell by Gracie, and then Paradox Treasures. So it's a good mix for everyone. We have food from Fries from Benefits, but also Blue Flamingo and Bahama Foodie. So it's just everyone who you always want that are in various places, all coming together for the perfect day. Yes.
I love it. So it's obviously a big effort to pull an event like this together. Who are some of your sponsors and some of your organizers that help you pull this off?
Right. So I have to shout out the sponsors because I would not be able to do it. Like I said, I am a small business owner. So we have Alive. They was our first sponsor from last year. Couldn't have done it last year without them. Couldn't do it this year without them. We also have Ricardo Rum, Sand Dollar. So Sand Dollar payments are accepted along with cash and credit card. Quantum Shipping, they're the people who I ship with and bring all my stuff in through. Island Pearls, Norma's Gift Shop, Luther Block, Das Quay. Battery and Tire.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah. And big up to Norma's out of Governors, right?
Yes.
How you mean, man?
Literally my grandmother.
See, they know. I know.
Yeah, you
but
know.
You see? But that's wonderful. And it's great that you have the support of your sponsors to keep this event going. And I'm sure it's going to grow every year from strength to strength. So tell us again, how much are the tickets and where can they be purchased?
Tingsmas Market, $10 for adults, $5 for children, raffle entry on purchase. Sunday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So.
And what do you want to say to those who are thinking about attending and they be like, I don't know, should I bring my kids or do I need to come by myself? What kind
we
of
got a
event
kiddies
is this?
corner.
Let's hear about that.
We got a kiddies corner.
Kids need things too.
I forgot.
Go for it.
We have a kiddies corner, so it'll be like a space that you could literally, this is a space for everybody. Drop your kids off to the kiddies corner and then enjoy Tingsmas, do all the shopping while your kids are just having fun in their own, enclosed space, so it's perfect. Like bring everybody a Grammy and thing.
Exactly. For a seasoned event attender with family. So yes, you come there with your kids, go straight to the kids corner.
Go to the kids corner.
Get them locked in.
Right, but also too, bring your kids shopping too, because they can point out like 5 extra things.
For Grammy and everybody
exactly,
else.
And then all of a sudden you're like,
you also brought some stuff to show us. Why don't you just give us a little peep at some of your lines of shirts that you got?
So here is, this is very bright.
Oh yeah. Cut up, cut hip, cut off, cut eye, cutlass, and
cut a movie. Cut a movie. So these are just like very fun play on words. Yeah. This is another one like similar to that.
Jam up, slap up, heist up, cut up, mash up, jack up, buck up, bust up. Like
so just really fun. All these come in like various sizes and colors. So it's just very, very fun. This one is very, very fun. Be careful how you say everything on here.
I know how I can say that, but we can just look. Bahamian words of affirmations. Oh yeah, you can be straight.
Right, you can be straight.
You can be straight.
So this one is really fun. This one came from the idea that we have a lot of affirmations, but they're not really affirmating.
Yeah.
It's like you ain't a dad is not something that I want to hear when I'm in crisis. So just very fun, words to play on.
Yeah. We'll definitely be looking out for these at the Eyes of Bahamian Bay stall, along with all of the other vendors that are going to be there.
Please shop with everyone.
Shop with everybody. We're going to get a little drinks, get a little eats, walk around, have fun with the kids, enjoy Tingsmas because it is the season of Tings. And we'd like to thank you again for coming on this morning.
Thank you
so excited for Sunday, all the successes, and it's going to grow from strength to strength.
Thank you.
Thanks again for being with us, Kache. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. Tings or nothing. We'll be right back.
Here are three young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability. Learn basic literacy and numeracy skills and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Alive Business SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Alive Business at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
Did you know the National Insurance Act provides for an insured pregnant woman to access her maternity benefit before or after delivering her baby? Expecting mothers are entitled to 13 weeks of maternity leave, which can be applied for by completing the Med-2 claim for maternity benefit form. Section A is completed by a registered physician or certified midwife. The medical practitioner certifies the expected or actual confinement period, signs the form, and affixes their official stamp. Forms completed by medical practitioners outside of the Bahamas must be accompanied by the physician's business card. In sections B and C, the claimant provides personal and employment details, declares their last day at work, signs and dates the form. The Med-2 form is always accompanied by Form Med-4 or Employer Certificate, which is completed by the employer. Both the Med-2 and accompanying Med-4 forms must be submitted within 3 months from the first day of confinement. Forms submitted outside of this period are considered late and will be subject to review by the Late Claims Committee. Before submitting forms, check that all fields are accurately completed. Incomplete forms or forms with incorrect information will delay the processing of your benefit application. For more information, visit the NIB website at nib-bahamas.com.
Welcome back. The Drummers Beat presents Jazz in the Garden 2, which takes place this weekend where they will be showcasing authentic Bahamian talent. With me now to tell us more is Georgette Butler, creator and producer of Jazz in the Garden, and JJ Percentie, organizer, producer, and event planner for Jazz in the Garden. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for joining us so early.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us, what is Jazz in the Garden?
Well, Jazz in the Garden is a musical explosion, I would say, of cultural diversity, introducing persons who haven't actually had an opportunity to experience jazz. Jazz meaning freedom, meaning energy. Jasm comes from the slang word jasm, which is energetic, which is spiritual. We just felt that it was about time that we gave persons a wider audience an opportunity to experience the great talent that we have in this country. And we do have great talent. We have Adrian De Aguilar, who has actually played and done scores for musical for movies, for musical movies. We have Gifton Gillen, who's actually played with one of the greats, Wynton Marsalis. We have Rodney Simpson, who also composed music for ballet. And we have Neil Simonet, who's renowned drummer in the Bahamas. Most people know him as well. And Simone Bowe, who will be our vocalist for the Jazz Cats. And then actually we will start this whole festival, as we call a celebration of, with musical preludes on the piano. We would have Dion Cunningham, Dr. Dion Cunningham, our own Dr. Dion Cunningham, who is really a classical pianist. But what we will experience is that he will actually infuse classical with jazz at this event. And we also have John Gray. Everybody knows Maestro John Gray, John Gray's music. He plays about 8 instruments as well. He will be on the piano. And then he's renowned to be a great teacher, as well as classical pianist, jazz pianist. Anything you ask for, he can play it and he can do it. And then we have a new band called Encore. And they are really jazz infusion. We're going to have more of a traditional jazz with Adrian D'Aguilar, but Encore is going to bring it home for us, infusing the jazz in a way that we're going to actually go back to almost a bebop type jazz swing, where we'll be dancing as well. So we're really excited about this. We want to expose persons to it. Persons say, well, you know, young people don't like jazz. But I must tell you, the last event that we had young persons, people brought their children to us, to this event, and they enjoyed it thoroughly. And we now do have young jazz artists on the scene. We have Esperanza, that's a jazz artist, a female jazz artist, Louvet, and we just got Samara Joy, who won a Grammy for jazz.
Wow.
Okay, so jazz is on the rise, it's being appreciated. It's showing the freedom of expression, freedom of improvisation. You know, jazz is really, it puts you in the mood, and it can create such a great ambience and atmosphere for all of us.
Absolutely. Jazz is one of those global forms of music that so many people enjoy.
Yes.
JJ, you know, you're planning this particular event. Why is this something you're so excited about?
Well, the components of the event are there. Natural Bahamian talent. So what I'm just going to do is add all of the fluff. It's going to be an interactive party, but it's going to be a very educational party. We have a backdrop that shows a lot of the jazz legends that are Bahamian, that are historic, like Mr. Chipman, Chippy Chipman, that's inside of there. You have Ronnie Butler that has contributed.
But Joseph Spence as well.
Yes, that's right. But what we want for this particular event, you know, not only with working with our great sponsors, Bristol's 19 Crimes, we also have Dairy Queen that's going to be on the scene, which is one of our sponsors, as well as Jägermeister. So it's an interactive event, definitely a place where you go to dress up. It's the season, it's the beginning of the season. Today is December 1st. So we want this event to be the official Christmas season event, celebrating Bahamian talent, Bahamian artists, and as well as just incorporating a very good time. That's the purpose of this event. But you come back thinking to yourself, wow, on an international scale, what does the Bahamas contribute? This is what we contribute. We contribute a lot to the music inline and the build up. So we're very pleased to just be able to be Bahamian and be proud and experience this Christmas at Bristol's.
Okay, so I don't want you to give away too many surprises as it relates to the event, but I heard about dressing up. I heard about listening to some beautiful music and then maybe even mingling. It sounds like, you know, the social highlight of the season. So what does that process look like? When do we start? You know, how do people come in? What happens?
So the doors open at 4 p.m. on Sunday, and we'd like for people to show up because the show does start on time. We like to be on time for this event because you're able to experience the program throughout the evening. So as you get in, you're guided into, you get your tickets. At the door, you want to make sure you get all your drink tickets. We have great food. We have cow salad. We have chicken wings. We have assorted rum cakes and coconut tarts. So we went very Bahamian. So you want to purchase all of that at the door when you get in so you don't have to wait in queues. But we have great lounge areas that you're going to be able to view all of the photos of all of the artists. All of the saxophone are going to be listed, so you're going to be able to walk through almost a photo collage of everyone that's going to be performing for the evening. We have a red carpet that you'll be able to take photos on. We have photographers and videographers that will be there that will be featuring, I think, a few other
360 booth as well.
Correct. So it's, like I said, it's an interactive event. You have the 19 Crimes Jail that you want to take a photo with, but we're also selling corporate tables. So if anybody has a group of 10 or less that they want to have come out, it's $1,000 for the table. That includes 4 bottles of wine, that includes some accoutrements, as well as other gifts and items like that will be on the table. But it's a great way to celebrate Christmas with your office.
Well, what I want to say is this is an event.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's an event, and from the time you park your car to the time you reach the gate, it's an experience. You will be really enchanted. When you'll be picked up from your car.
You know, sorry, jazz. Again, this event surrounding jazz. Talk about why that's such an important form of music for us here in the Bahamas.
Because it really means freedom. It's freedom of expression. And it was used, jazz really started from Africa, West Africa. And then, most people say, well, jazz started in New Orleans in the 1900s. Yes, it was brought to America by the West Africans. And it was a celebration of freedom. And you'll see that in the music, the improvisation that they put, because you're free to express yourself through jazz. And you'll see that through the music. And if you ever saw a jazz concert or you listen to jazz musicians, so you will see that at intervals within the performance, they do their own thing. You'll see the bassist do it. You go quiet for a moment, and they jam and they do their thing. They express themselves. It's the freedom that it allows. And we want to, just express that and show that to the public, that we have such great talent here. Yes. We're not saying that we don't want to bring in talent. We probably will. But when we bring in that talent, we want those people to say, I played with Adrian.
Yes.
I played with Dion. Yes. I played with Mr. Gray. We want them to say that, just like how we can sit here and say, oh, well, Gifton played with Wynton Marsalis. We want people to say, I played with Gifton. Do you know Gifton? I played with Gifton. He's a Bahamian, and he's been all over the world playing. So has Adrian. All of these artists are seasoned artists, are matured artists. This is no longer for the older crowd, the 40 plus. We've had 17, 18-year-olds just really enjoying it, and their parents exposing them. That was the beauty of the event, was that persons brought their children, and they said, I spoke to some of the kids, and they said, well, young adults, I should say. I better not say kids. I spoke to some of the adults, young adults, and I said, well, do you know jazz? He said, no, but Mom always listens to it. And we saw them interacting and moving, and it's freedom, it's love, it's an expression of yourself.
I feel like this particular event is covering all the bases. You're talking about education, you're talking about entertainment, socializing, all of the important things, and good food, which is what Bahamians enjoy. You mentioned the cost of the table. And seeing people taking pictures, that's what we want to do. You mentioned the cost of the corporate tables, but what is the cost of the individual tickets?
Well, we have tickets at $60.
Okay.
That's our entrance fee. That's our general admission. And then we have VIP at $100. And for that VIP, you get special seating in front of the stage. You also have waiter service. We will be providing waiter service for you. You get wine with that, light refreshments, and desserts. So that includes the $100. And some people want that because they don't want to be on a line waiting for food either. But we will have persons actually serving you, whether you have the 60 or the 100, but the 100, of course, will be at front stage with a table and with seats.
And JJ, just tell us a little bit more about our fabulous venue.
Well, the venue is located at Pure Crew, so we are doing something that has not been done before, where we're taking the entire parking lot. So as soon as you get in, you are going to be met with a baby grand piano that John Legend performed on, as well as Lionel Richie has performed on as well. So that is the first thing that you're going to be greeted with. Again, with lounge, table sitting areas, high tops, cocktail areas, and we have a fantastic bar. We have Grey Goose that are serving signature lychee martinis. We also have signature cocktails from Jägermeister, one that they were experimenting yesterday that has fresh coconut, another one that has fresh pineapple. And then we also have 19 Crime Wines, which is just a sophisticated one. They have a great one called Kache, And that one is a sparkly bubbly that a lot of people found quite popular at our last event. For Snoop Dogg, yes, that he performs. So again, this is a profiling type of event. You know, we're from Harbor Island, so we do things quite a bit differently, and we want to bring...
He's from Harbor Island.
Yes, I'm from Harbor Island, yes. So, you know, there's a certain... We're bringing it at that level of entertainment and an experience. We're the Drummers Beat, and we'll be doing more events. Our next event is a themed 70s party, which we'll be doing Soul Train.
Soul Train 70s.
Yes, so that's something to look forward to. And then also too, we hadn't mentioned this already, but we probably will like to bring Jazz in the Garden Underneath the Stars at the Vickham nightclub, which my grandfather used to perform in, and many other Bahamian artists used to perform in at the Vickham nightclub in Harbor Island, which is being relaunched this year. So we're super excited about that. But Jazz in the Garden will travel, and the Drummers Beat will be an event. Whenever you see the Drummers Beat events, that is us, and we're making it an experience that you won't forget.
I mean, I'm excited just hearing about all the incredible things that are going to happen. It sounds like it's going to be an elegant, sophisticated, but good time this weekend.
Absolutely.
Definitely elegant and sophisticated.
I just want to say kudos to you on all the planning that you've done, and just wishing you a successful event.
Thank you. Well, we hope to see you there.
Yes.
All of you.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you, Bahamas at Sunrise, and thank you, Bahamas.
Thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Wouldn't it be satisfying to own your own piece of paradise? The most important investment you can make in your life is real estate, and Fidelity has the solution for you. You could become the owner of a home or a lot on any of our beautiful islands. Come and talk to a loan officer and inquire about how you can fund your goals with a loan today. Because we know it means a lot to own a lot. Visit us online at fidelitygroup.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit any of our branches, or phone 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 for Freeport.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday. We're so happy that you can join us. We are at the mid-show. My name is Mark Daniel.
And I'm Davriel Gardner, wishing you a happy Friday.
A happy Friday. I know you've seen all these wonderful colors on Davriel and I. So just to remind you, if you want to get some of your unique, one-of-a-kind, custom-made African clothing, you need to head down to African Things in the Dugard Plaza on Madeira Street. You can get everything from your dashikis, your dresses, shorts, shoes, purses, jewelries, hats, all types of accessories. Go get your nice African print and make sure you show out and you stand out at your next event, right?
Absolutely. You know, I think these are the perfect gift for Christmas as well. I love African Things, again, because when I go in there, I don't have to try anything on. Everything is full of elastic, ladies. There's a lot of one size fits all, and it really takes the hassle out. And the prints are just so beautiful and vibrant, and you just get to pay homage to the motherland.
Exactly. When you walk in there, the colors just lift you up, and you take that with you wherever you go. So check out African things. Before we go on, I got to say, at the beginning of the show, we put out a challenge to you that who's going to be the first caller to call in to win our Zest Wellness Prize. And the phone was ringing off the hook. Look at y'all, but y'all up dead early listening to instructions and following instructions. So we have 2 winners for our giveaway this morning. First, we have Ethan Hamilton. Congratulations, and you can come up to the studio to come pick up your swag at any time. And we also have Diane Mins. Congratulations to you both, our faithful Bahamas at Sunrise watchers, the dead early crew, who now will be sporting their Zest Wellness swag at the Zest Fest tomorrow.
The early bird truly gets the worm.
There you go. The early bird gets the worm. So thank you, everybody, and looking forward to seeing you at Zest Fest tomorrow. We've got more coming up in our second half. We're going to take another look at the segment featuring the Chick Place.
And we'll be hearing about the events and activities for World AIDS Day 2023. But before all that, we'll take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Gabrielle, and good morning, Bahamas. And your second look at weather at sunrise. High pressure to the northeast of the islands. That's actually producing and dominating the weather across the islands for some nice weather over the next couple of days. Set out a weak frontal boundary will cause some cloudiness across the islands through tomorrow as it dissipates during tomorrow. For the most part, we're looking at a pretty good weekend in store weather-wise. In your marine forecast today, those winds east to southeast are 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in northwest and central Bahamas, 15 knots to 3 to 5 feet over the southeastern islands. On Saturdays, winds come southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in northwest Bahamas, continuing east to southeast at 15 knots to 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. On Sunday, those winds southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a high tide at 10:28 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 4:52 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 10:59. Sunset 5:19 this evening. Rising at 6:37. UV index 8. Your water temperature 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moon phase, full moon. Your extended look. High pressure shifts to northeast, and so we expect partly sunny skies for the most part. Warm temperatures. Slight chance of passing shower. Most of it be in the southeastern islands. Though temperature daytime will be in the mid-upper at daytime and the lower 70s at nighttime. That puts Robbie and Follow good weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to the show.
Welcome back. The Chick Place, a poultry farm where quality meets excellence. This morning I'm joined by Alphese Stubbs. She is an agripreneur and founder of the Chick Place, and she's here to tell us the ins and outs of a thriving business. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you for that introduction.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Although I know as a farmer, you're usually up at the crack of dawn. So this
you would think.
No? All right, well, maybe not. Well, thank you for being here dead early with us. So tell us, what inspired you to start your chicken/egg farm? Right?
Well, honestly, my grandmother, she had all kinds of farm animals. Even before I was born, she was raising farm animals. So something had happened on a farm when she had a little crisis with her chickens, and I had bought her 2 more chickens. And then after she had, that going, I was like, I'm literally around a skill, I could learn from and do something with this because she does it every day. So that made me get more chickens. And honestly, I didn't start with the idea of selling eggs. I just started with the hobby, and then my son was interested in doing it. But then, running out of storage for eggs, and I was like, I might as well go and give these eggs, from my hands to your home kind of thing. So when the delivery, and with my full-time job, I'm always on the road anyway. So that's how I started making the deliveries, and then got the idea of putting it into convenience stores like R&F Grocery, because that's also across the road from the farm. So it kind of fixed itself, for me to start this selling eggs process. But it was naturally just me finding out, well, this is a hobby that my son likes. My grandmother does it, and she's 90 years old, so she can do it every single day. I sure can do it too.
Exactly. All I'm hearing now is just a generational blessing, what you learned from your grandmother, you're executing on it, and your son is also learning. So tell us, how does he help out?
Oh my gosh, he first started touching the chickens. I couldn't even touch the chickens. It's crazy what TV makes you do, you know, because that's the first time I actually touched a chicken of that age. I always dealt with them when they're babies. I could touch them, but that's how he worked his way in, because he was like, "Mommy, can I go and pet it?" I said, "You could try and lift it and put it in." So he's the one that wrangles them in for me. So that's our little team.
He's a chicken wrangler.
Yeah,
I like
he's
that,
the
I
head
like that.
chicken wrangler.
So in terms of your business, how do you ensure quality of your product?
Well, that comes with a lot of research, because even though I was in the field learning with her, I also have to do research, because some things you don't learn on your own. You have to go and look up. So that's kind of how that came about, and I it's called chicken egg yield rate. Yeah. So in my research, it basically talks about how much eggs you get compared to how many chickens, and that basically determines how healthy your farm is, or how your chickens are performing. So yeah.
And what you're doing is very important. Not only from an agripreneur's perspective and generational wealth and all those things, but in terms of food security here in the Bahamas, here in the region. So how have people responded to your farm?
Well, also. Good point, because after I started doing it, that's when all of the self-sufficiency points came up in me starting the chick farm. So that's been another goal, and why I've been so, okay, this is going fairly well. I might as well try and see how else I could dive into this market to provide self-sufficiency for the Bahamas. So that's because that has been the goal. It's been basically one step at a time. That's why I've been placing them in just one convenience store, because we still are a fairly small farm. And although, like I said, I believe in the food and the food security, I feel I also believe in the barter system. Yes. So we should go back to those kind of norms, because it's not always about monetary transactions. Exactly. It's simply what I can do for you and what you can do for me. It's a mutualistic, beneficial relationship. Yeah,
you got chicken and eggs. I might be growing onions. Someone got peppers. Someone else got tomatoes.
And not even like that. A little idea came up to me with my son's school, and it was also if I provide you with a few eggs, can you just provide him with a few hot meals, There you go. Yeah, it works for me, it works for you.
Use what you got to get what you want.
That's my point, very resourceful.
Exactly. So, being a farmer is not easy. So tell us about some of the challenges you may have faced, and how did you overcome them?
Some of the challenges would be, I guess, finding the strength to go to the farm. So because I do have a full-time job and my son, but he does make it enjoyable, and the rewards that I see after even when I got my first egg, that kind of motivated me to say, okay, when I'm going to get the other eggs from the rest, because literally I got my first egg Good Friday, Easter weekend. So I was like, this is symbolic or something. So yeah, those rewards of being a better farmer and becoming more efficient at my work, and actually seeing them be happy, because a happy chicken gives you an egg. If they don't give you an egg, they're clearly not happy. And that's also how humans work, right? Exactly. So yeah.
Exactly. So you've taken over, or you've helped your grandmother evolve the business. You're teaching your son how to be a chicken wrangler, right? There may be other persons out there who might be looking at some agripreneurial venture. What advice do you have for them based off of your experience so far?
Well, I'd honestly say that everything is just a learning journey. Just take your time, and then don't focus so much on, oh my gosh, I can't get this thing yet, because if you can't get it right now, it's just taking one small step at a time. Literally, if you just work on one obstacle, it's not hard to reach the other one. And that's how life works. One obstacle after the next.
Exactly. You can't focus on the mountain. Focus on
what you could achieve today.
So what's the future of your farm looking like? What's in the plans?
Well, I have expansion plans to have about maybe 250 birds by the end of 2024. Right. So, and then also location is another expansion plan, and hopefully to get it into more convenience stores, bakeries, and restaurants. So.
Yeah, I want to see it all over the place. Now, I know when there's a farm around, usually people in the community, they like to get involved. They like to be engaged. How do you engage the local community around your farm?
Well, I feel like I'm honestly educating persons, because you'd be amazed to see how many persons don't know about chickens, like how they lay an egg, the different types of chickens, what to do to help the chicken have the egg, and those kinds of things. So I really feel like I'm doing my educational purpose.
Chicken school. I won't go to chicken school.
That's funny.
So where's the farm located? And if I wanted to buy a case of eggs, or I want to get chicken, whatever it is, how do I find you, and how do I get some of your products?
Okay, well, we are located on Fire Trail Road, but I mostly make deliveries. But you can find the eggs in RNF Groceries, and that way my number is also on the carton. So you can call me and I'll come and deliver to your house. I make deliveries for 2 cartons or more.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another question for you. What did you start with, a chicken or an egg?
That's funny.
Some people don't know how it goes, but
yeah.
So anything else you want to say to, let's say, your family, anyone else that supported you, been encouraging you on this venture?
Well, honestly, I want to say thank you, because even with the eyewitness news interview that I had, I didn't really see how I was like providing a different insight and perspective on agriculture too, and how I was immersing myself in the community. I really did not look at the purpose I was doing in that way, and it definitely gave me another drive. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody for giving me that support.
And you're here again on Bahamas at Sunrise. Good things happen when you come on Bahamas at Sunrise. So I put that on you.
Thank you. I receive it.
Yeah, we put that on. We look forward to the expansion of your business. Eggs everywhere.
Yes,
eggs on eggs on eggs.
The chick place everywhere.
The chick place everywhere. So we want to thank you again for coming on the show this morning, being up there early with us. I know you might have to get back to the chicks, or maybe your son has got it all.
And work.
And work. Yes. But thank you again for joining us this morning, and we look forward to seeing eggs on every day.
Thank you too.
You're watching Mamas at Sunrise, and we'll be right back.
Hey Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage a claim.
Oh?
By the way, it's not newer. It's NUA. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Welcome back. World AIDS Day, designated on the 1st of December every year, is an international day dedicated to raising awareness on the AIDS pandemic caused by the spread of the HIV infection and mourning the loss of those who've died from the disease. With us now are Lady Camille Barnett, President of the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, and Dr. Carlyne Smith-McKenzie, Board Member of the Bahamas AIDS Foundation. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. I'm tempted or conflicted about saying Happy World AIDS Day.
No, yeah,
Is that the standard greeting? Yes, Happy World AIDS Day.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
It's appropriate, yes. Right? Because happy for the work.
Yes.
That you're doing, of course. Well, actually, we're all very familiar with the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, particularly coming off the heels of a successful Red Ribbon Ball.
Yes.
And so just talk a little bit about the work that you do that's so important for those affected by AIDS.
Absolutely. One of the big areas for us is working with young people, children and adolescents. And before COVID, there's always before COVID and after COVID. Before COVID, we had an outreach program where we interacted with them 5 days a week. And they came to us after school. We fed them, they got a hot meal. We watched them take their medication. They had access to tutors, social workers, psychologists. It's the care for persons who are HIV positive has to be holistic. There are all these needs that have to be met. Once COVID arrived, we had to suspend the actual, face-to-face interaction in groups. But we realized that feeding them was still important, because for them, they came to us after school because they knew they were going to be fed. So we knew we had to continue that. So we started a grocery delivery program. And we've continued it up from 2021 still going on, 2023, taking in groceries once a week. Obviously, we can't provide all their grocery needs, but we can supplement their grocery needs. And twice a month, they get a hot meal, courtesy of the Lord's Kitchen, which is affiliated with the Greek Orthodox Church.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big part of what we do. In the new year, we hope to work with our young people in terms of skills training. Helping them to find a job, providing them with skills that they can go out into the marketplace and get a job. More recently, well, I shouldn't say that, before COVID, we had started going into the Family Islands, and Dr. Carlyne Smith-McKenzie is our chair of our education committee. And we made a vow that we would go into 5 Family Islands every year. And she's just completed the 5th one. She can tell you more about that. And in 2024, we'll do another 5. And she's been going to places that you normally would not go into. For example, in Agua, Bimini, those kinds of places, because they need the information as well, too. And when we go out, we often take with us staff from the Ministry of Health who can do the HIV testing as well. So that's another big program. We are hoping to get involved with work with what we call key populations. So that's migrants, sex workers, and the LGBT community. In terms of education, and also in terms of sensitizing the community, and so that these persons feel that they can go and get testing, that they have equal access to testing, to treatment, to care, that they're not going to be discriminated against. So that's something that we're hoping in 2024 we're going to, we have a couple grants on stream that we're going to be using to try and do some of that work.
Is very, very, that was a mouthful, but that is some very, very important work. I want to step back for a second here and talk about the significance of World AIDS Day.
Yes. World AIDS Day is very important for us because, like you said earlier, this is a time for us to remember persons who have died and persons who are actually working in the field. And this year, the theme for World AIDS Day is Let Communities Lead. And that speaks to organizations like the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, as well as the many other organizations that work in the fight against HIV and AIDS, and how they can be a critical component of ending AIDS with the UN goal of 2030. Yes.
Are there any particular events that are happening for this year's AIDS Day?
Yes.
Lots of events. Okay, so the events that we're actually hosting, last night we had a candlelight vigil, which was absolutely wonderful. We had a good turnout. We had a wonderful singer, Carrington. Yes, he was excellent. And what we do is we light candles. And we had the World AIDS Day message read to us by Dr. Nikia Forbes, who's director of the National HIV/AIDS and Infectious Disease Program. So that was last night. This evening, fingers crossed, we are doing what we call Sunset Move, which is a fitness event at Arawak Key, starting at 6 o'clock. So we have 4 well-known instructors. We've got Kumbi, we've got Vanessa from Zumba dynamic duo. We've got Donovan J Fitness, Donovan Roll, and we have Chandra Sawyer from PowerFit. And they're each going to do a segment, and you can come out, do a little bit of exercise. We know it's a Friday, so you don't want anything too strenuous so long. Do a little exercise, and then go and eat. We've got some vendors. We've got Batter Girls. We've got we've got Angie's Delightful Teas. You come get a drink, get something to eat, hang out. If you can imagine a fitness event with a happy hour component.
Everything that you've been talking about sounds very holistic, and even from a fun perspective, you know, we had a touching, candlelight vigil, and now we're going to have we're going to exercise, and then we're going to eat comforters.
Right, you got it, exactly.
So we're really covering all the bases.
Yes.
Well,
Also,
it's Friday.
You have the World AIDS Day church service at 1 p.m. as well today at Yahweh House of Prayer in Nassau Village.
Okay. So, I mean, these are all just super important in terms of keeping it top of mind to the public. But talk about the importance of educating the public, or them having the resources and that wisdom in terms of preventing the spread of HIV.
Yes, exactly.
Carlyne?
So education is really important. We know when our children are more educated, they make healthier choices or more safer choices, right? And so we try to start that at an early age. So one of the components when we go out into the communities, particularly with the family islands, is we start from discussions on good touch, bad touch, and who to trust in relationships, because we know that persons prey on these children, and so that's where it begins for us. And of course we try to highlight not only the prevention, the transmission of HIV as well, but we also want to highlight that there is treatment available, and if a person goes on to HIV medications, you know, it's not the end of the world. And so we have an adherence component that we also encourage, because once a person starts taking HIV medications, they're on this medication for the rest of their lives. And so it's very important that they stick to their medical regimen. And again, we also bring that aspect of healthy living, exercising, eating right, getting sleep, looking after your emotional health as well. And so these are very important when we carry out our education initiatives.
Is there a special message that you'd like to convey to the public about those who have HIV and AIDS, or who are struggling with it, or just affected in some way?
Absolutely. We want to eliminate stigma and discrimination in the Bahamas, and we want people to have empathy for persons who are HIV positive. It's a disease just like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. And so we want people to understand that, you know, we want you to treat others the way you would want to be treated yourself. And it can happen to anybody. It could happen to anybody. Okay, so it's important that we, you know, take steps to eliminate that stigma and discrimination, and we also want people to think about inclusion and equal opportunity for all persons in the community, and that applies to all aspects of our life. Everybody should have equal access to all the opportunities that are available in our society, and it's important, and it's also important that you look after yourself as well too. You are responsible for yourself. You, the same way you go to a doctor to get, you check your high blood pressure, you also need to check your HIV status. It's important to know your status. If you are HIV negative, you know that you want to remain HIV negative. And so you know what you need to do. Use protection. If you are HIV positive, then you have to take the necessary steps to look after yourself and to protect your partners as well too.
Very, very important messaging on a very important day of the year.
Yes.
For those who are watching, if somebody wants to support the work of the Bahamas AIDS Foundation, how do they do that?
They can give us a call at 325-9326, or they can send an email to info@bahamasaidsfoundation.org.
And we have a very active Facebook page as well, the Bahamas AIDS Foundation as well.
And do you, is that the same process for folks who would like to volunteer?
Correct. Yes.
And what does the layperson, the person who may not necessarily want to be a volunteer or donate, but what does a layperson do on World AIDS Day to support their brothers and sisters?
I have on red today, right? So we ask everybody to show your red, wear your red. And if you have a red ribbon, wear your red ribbon. That is the national symbol for AIDS. And so that's what we want you to do. And then hashtag us on our Bahamas AIDS Foundation Facebook page as well.
Okay, so if you're not dressed already, it's time to find something red to wear. You also need to get out this evening. Make sure that you come out to exercise. If you missed the vigil last night, you got to come out and get to exercise. Then you have your tasty teas, or your
Batter girls, Angie's delightful teas.
Angie's teas. And of course, just being thoughtful, being compassionate, having empathy for those around us, which is something that everyone should be doing.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to say thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
I hope you have a fruitful World AIDS Day.
Thank you.
And continue to make a difference.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches.
It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together, or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Well, it has been a great day on today's show. I feel like we covered a lot of very important ground today, Mark.
Yeah. We got a lot of things happening this weekend. We got the Zest Fest. We got the Tingsmas market. Today is World AIDS and HIV Day. It's the first day of December.
Jazz in the Garden.
Jazz in the Garden's happening. There's a fun run walk happening. Fun run walk push run. So there's tons of things happening this weekend for you to go and check out. So I want nobody home. This ain't a homebody weekend. It's a get out, see people, support, network, have a good time, because the Christmas season is officially here.
I was just going to say, it's December 1st. It's officially Christmas time.
So as we get ready to wind down the year, remember, in your plans over the next few weeks, make sure you visit people you love, reach out, give away to the community, serve, do all the things that we need to do in the Christmas time, because we need the love, man. We need the love in the community. We got to share it and spread it around. So do something good this weekend and tell us about it on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, right?
Absolutely.
See y'all.